Hello, this is Mrs. B,
And this is Auntie.
and we decided to shake things up a little bit.
This is a continuation of the first one. We just, another coffee with Mrs. B and Auntie.
Yes.
Should have already been posted.
Yes.
But it was getting really long, so we thought we would end that one and start another one.
Yes. I was going to talk to you about your Christmas.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
What about it?
I want to know, did you have a lot of people over? Some of your kids didn't make it. Some of them did.
You're so funny.
What? I'm being professional now.
We are anything but professional.
I know. I can't help it.
Yeah, I don't want us to be professional.
Oh,
We're
okay.
here just for fun.
Okay.
However, yes, I had a big Christmas. We actually had a big Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh. Is that when Terry and I came over to see y'all?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that was
just a regular day?
That was in October. If Casey was there, that was in October.
Yeah, Casey
we
was there.
We had a cookout. Actually, he was there. They were there. They came down from Missouri for her birthday, basically. She shared birthday with my daughter, Tanya.
Uh-huh.
And, but they were there for her birthday to spend it with her parents, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had a cookout at that time, and you and Terry came for that.
Yes. And I took over, and I had to tell them about the story I told in the last video about...
Yeah, you have to look at the other video to see the story.
Trying to get a place to sleep. Okay. They go, what else happened?
But you just made me think of something. When you were telling that story,
uh-huh.
My cousin, her nephew, Marcus, came.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've watched us for any length of time, you know that we played a trick on him.
A prank.
A long time ago.
A
couple of years ago.
Long time. It should not even be in question.
We had gone to see him.
Yes.
And
we took
stayed
the time to see him. We played Wahoo.
It's a long ways over there. Anyway, we went to see him, and we spent the night. And he had to go to work the next morning. So he went to work.
Yes.
And he should never have left us alone. But he left us alone.
Left us out, actually.
And so we could get up when we wanted to and leave.
Take our time.
We got up and decided to leave him a welcome home.
A thank you gift. No?
What a thank you. Anyway, we totally...
We didn't tear up anything. We just misplaced a few things. We put his forks in a different drawer, and you know the man did not miss them?
Yeah, we took him out of his silverware drawer and put him under his...
napkins and towels, wasn't it?
The dish towel drawer. And we just lifted them up and put them in there. I don't even know if we put them under the towels.
No.
We just put them in that drawer. And he didn't miss them for a long time.
He just kept using the forks out of his dishwasher.
But we didn't
know he did that.
In case you didn't know, we'll go ahead and go over it. We did a Mission Impossible line thing with strings. You know how they do that with lasers and they had to work their way through?
We didn't have lasers, so we used yarn.
And did it all through his kitchen.
Yes.
And we hid his coffee, which he's a big coffee drinker.
We put that in the freezer, didn't we?
Yes. So that wasn't hard to find. And then we, trying to think of things we did in the kitchen to begin with. I think that's about it in the kitchen. And then the dining area, we hung clothes out of his closet on his chandelier. We wrote a note on he has a mirror in there, and we wrote a note on it that said, "Don't forget about us."
Yes, a clue.
A clue. The fork was supposed to make him think,
What did
forks.
they do with my forks?
But
Okay.
it didn't help. And then
he's not the sharpest fork in the drawer. He's supposed to be knife. He might be the sharpest knife, but he's not the sharpest fork.
He did not expect us to do this stuff. And then we...
Because we're so nice.
You put a note in some closet where it wasn't the water heater. Was it the heater? You put some kind of note.
It was a heater.
You put some kind of note in there, but I don't remember what
he
that
never
note
found
was.
it. I don't think he ever found it.
I don't know.
It was a divulging of where everything else was, maybe.
But then we
fixed his bed to look like he had
a friend
there.
We drew a face and then put a bunch of stuffing,
pillows, and
we short sheeted his bed.
Yes. We wrote a note on his mirrors.
We hid his remote to his TV from the living room into the his room.
Bedroom.
We put the batteries. Where the batteries? No, we put the remote in the
bathroom cabinet.
We put the remote in the bathroom cabinet above the
something?
The toilet.
Above the
but then
toilet,
we put the batteries must have been in the sock drawer, and we wrote a note on the dresser mirror that said, "Doesn't it make you want to sock it to us?" That was supposed to be another clue. To look in your sock drawer.
Still not a sharp fork.
And then we went the room that we slept in. We put faces on the pillows on paper. Of course, we drew these little faces where we slept.
They were lovely.
He has a collection of little cars, and we mixed and matched and turned them around and stuff.
Different directions.
And he had them in a certain order.
I don't think he ever realized we did.
Yeah, he said he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he said he did.
Oh, okay.
And then in the living room, we turned every... no, we didn't turn them. We made every picture crooked.
Yes.
We pulled out every drawer.
And then we moved his sofa.
In his living room and in his bedrooms. We just left them. We pulled them out.
We didn't ransack. We just
pulled them open about this much. And then, yes, we turned his sofa upside down and moved it, cockeyed, in front of the door.
So that when he came in the door, he knew he had been
vandalized.
Yes. That's such a harsh word.
He had big pillows, on his sofa, and we kind of strung them all around the floor. So we weren't very nice. He thought it was hilarious, according to what he says. He loves telling the story. So back to my
Thanksgiving.
This October trip you were at our house.
Oh, yeah.
And he was at our house. Well, while Miss Elaine here was telling all her stories and had everybody just
occupied,
enraptured by everything that she was saying, he got up and walked away. Well, actually, so did Casey and Lisa.
Oh.
And people were Starla must have come in there by then. Anyway, she was telling the story. And people were listening. And so we were all
politely
busy paying attention to her. And
I wasn't part of the setup.
I never even noticed anything. Well, after everyone left, I was sitting at the kitchen table, and I looked up above my counters, or above my cabinets, the cabinets above, and there was stuff up there that wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh, no.
And I'm thinking, why is that up there? And then I look around and something else is missing. Oh, no. Well, he decided to pay me back for what we did to him. He cleaned my silverware drawer completely out. It wasn't just the forks. Everything. It was empty.
With your company there.
with company. He had help. My son Casey and his wife Lisa
helped.
They helped a lot. They helped a lot and made lots of suggestions.
But they were able to find them later.
Well, there is one thing we haven't found, but we'll get to that later. But I don't know if it had anything to do with that.
Oh.
Anyway, what was in that silverware drawer was spaghetti. Dry, long spaghetti. The funny thing about that was Clifford came looking for some silverware, and he opened the drawer and looked, didn't find it, and shut it back, and went on. He didn't even notice it.
Clifford.
But I mean, right this minute, I couldn't tell you everything. There were so many things.
When some of your clothes or something in
your
bedroom.
That's another thing. Is every picture in my den was turned backwards.
And you have your family.
Yeah, it's all my family. Just turned backwards. No big deal. There was I can't tell you everything that was messed. Lots and lots of stuff was messed with. And then in the bathroom, he had. I thought my daughter had done it. I have flowers sitting on the back of my commode, and they were in a different place. And I thought, well, Starla must have just not liked them. I don't know why I thought of her, but I did. And those were over there, and something else was moved over here. And then I looked up, and on the top of my bathroom cabinets, he had taken towels out of the cabinets and put them up on top of the cabinets.
Oh.
And then in my bedroom, because I was trying to find whatever, I went in my bedroom. I didn't see anything. I just knew he did something in the bedroom. So I went and opened the door. I didn't see a thing. I went to bed that night. I pulled the covers back, and we had a bunch of empty egg cartons that had been on top of our refrigerator. They were in our bed, under the blankets, under the sheets. And I went to, taking a shower and went to get clean underwear, and I opened the underwear drawer. There were Fruit Loops everywhere in my underwear drawer.
Were your underwear still in there?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really hoping you wouldn't know unless you took them out and looked at them what it was. So I'm really hoping he just poured them in there. Other than that, I would have felt kind of violated. But anyway. And
Marcus.
Anyway, I know there's more that I'm just not thinking of, but he did
so much.
You back. But he got us back with help.
It makes me nervous.
Yes, I want to help him. I want to tell him she's not at home. Go get her.
I'm always.
She's always home. I'll come take her away. Hi. Oh. No, he's working, and he lives farther away now, doesn't he? But anyway.
Mark. Oh, I thought it was closer.
Is it closer? I don't know. Anyway, as far as
it's another ST word. One was Stratford and one's Stinnett, right?
He's not in Stinnett.
And he wasn't at Stratford.
No, he wasn't. He was in Dalhart.
Oh, Dalhart.
I don't remember. Anyway,
they don't count on me for details.
We had a lot of people there for that, and it was good. And then Thanksgiving, we had a pretty good group of people. And then I think you might have came back on Thanksgiving.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
And then Christmas.
I was with Mikey and them.
Oh, I know. Keith, my son from Ohio, was there. They came for Christmas. So I get confused. So anyway, Christmas, my son from Ohio came, but my son from Missouri did not. But also a granddaughter from Oklahoma City came. So there was over like 22 of us.
You got to see almost everybody, didn't you?
Almost. Krista and her husband and little girl, and then her brother Darian. And then we didn't see Jared, our grandson. I think we saw everyone else this holiday season. So that was really, really good. We had a good time.
So you have like 8 great grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
How many grandkids do you have?
15 grandchildren and 8 great grandchildren, and plenty that have not even started yet. Any grandchildren that have not started having kids yet.
Oh, okay.
Those 8 grandchildren are from 4 grandkids. One of them has 2, another one has 3, and then 2 others have 1 each. So
that little boy grandson that lives in Amarillo.
The youngest great grandson.
He's a hoot nanny.
He's adorable. His name's Kai.
He's only not quite a year?
No, he turned a year old back in September 11th.
Oh, okay.
He shares a birthday with his aunt.
Okay.
They're both on
Terry's
September 11th.
sister was born on September 11th.
And then we have another granddaughter, which is Krista's. She just turned 2 the other day.
Oh, wow.
Just a few days ago on the 12th.
What?
2. I can't believe she's 2. To be honest, we still haven't met her in person. It just drives me crazy. I hate to even think about it. But
life gets crazy.
Well, the expense of going and the time. I have a alterations business, and I am swamped all the time.
In summertime, you are really swamped, where everybody has their vacations and stuff, because you're doing wedding dresses.
Well, yeah, I'm already getting wedding dresses.
Really?
Yeah, and people are not giving me very much advance. I'm telling them I need 3 to 6 months, but no, we're getting like 1 month at the most. So
that's a lot in a month.
Well, it's just because I'm busy with everything else.
Yeah.
If that's all I did, well, then they'd probably get put longer, because that would be all I did. Anyway, so I stay busy with that, and now I'm monopolizing the conversation.
No. You did good. I asked you questions. We're going to be great grandparents
for the first time.
Our middle grandson. We have 3 grandsons and 3 granddaughters. So our middle grandson is in the Navy, and he's stationed in Washington State. And they are expecting a little girl.
That's exciting. When's it due?
They told me. I don't know.
And it's a girl, you said?
Yeah,
it's a little girl. You don't know about a name yet?
They may have said something at one point. I don't know if they've nailed it down yet.
And you're not ready to put it out there anyway, so let them do that.
Yeah. And
let them do that.
Both boys, my oldest son had 2 boys and a girl, and both boys are married. The girl is still single. She's graduated high school. But the second boy is the one that they're going to have a little baby. So then we have, we got to see a granddaughter in Pennsylvania, and then we have grandson and granddaughter in Canyon, Texas. So.
Yeah, and she's a senior this year.
Yeah, she's a senior.
So your youngest one, what grade is she in?
Second grade. So there's a spread.
And they live a long ways away, so you don't get to see them very often either.
Not very often, no.
Yeah.
But they do video calls with us quite often, and we enjoy that. She gets to show us her chickens.
I need to be better about doing video calls with Irene, for Chris and Irene. I'm just, by the time I worked all day, I'm tired in the evening. I figure everybody else is, and I just don't get it done.
People are busy too. You just never know. Usually, Missy does the bulk of the talking, and Marlon will show us different things that they've been doing and stuff. When we were in Pennsylvania, we went to this, I forgot the name of the falls, but we walked this trail and went to some really pretty falls and hiked. And they didn't think I was going to be able to walk very far, but I made myself walk, and I did it.
Are
Thank
they on the
goodness.
eastern edge of Pennsylvania?
Uh,
See, Darien's in Pittsburgh.
okay.
That's on the western side.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, East Stroudsburg is where they are. And, we flew into Philadelphia. So I think it's not far from there, about 50 miles or so.
Krista is in West Virginia, but I don't think it's very far from
Oh, that seems
Pittsburgh.
close together, all those states. It's not like Texas. Everything's
That's
far apart,
true.
But
That's true.
our oldest son and his wife and daughter moved to,
They got their first house.
yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And, well, actually, it's their second one. They had lived in, they had purchased one in Phoenix years ago, and then they finally got to buy one in Englewood, Colorado. So
I thought it was Aurora.
Aurora, yeah, Aurora. I forgot.
Because I was worried about them.
Yes.
With those gangs up there.
Yeah. They are in a real nice area and stuff, and anyway, they had a big baby shower, and for our great granddaughter.
Yeah, we were going to go, but you had some. That's when that snowstorm hit.
Yeah,
and also you weren't doing real great. So
yeah,
we didn't get to take our trip up there.
It's a toss up whether I do stuff or not. I'll be doing good, and then I don't do so good, but. Anyway.
There is so much going on. What all do you have on our little list you wanted to talk about?
Well, our youngest son, they moved to a rent house that didn't allow the animals. So we inherited their 2 dogs. They have this one dog that is an older dog, and she's very sweet and sedate and kind and just looks at you like her heart is breaking if you don't pet her. She's so sweet. Her name's Heidi. And then the other grand dog, I couldn't remember her name to save my life. I could not remember. And I didn't want to ask anybody because people get offended if you don't know their dog's name.
Because it's their family members, not their pet.
Yeah. And so I remembered it, I thought. So I did a video of Heidi and Penelope. I said, "Oh, Heidi, oh, Penelope, grand dogs. Do you like your new place?" And so I posted that on Facebook so Mikey, my son, could see and know that the dogs were okay. And he commented on, he says, "That's a sweet video, Mom, but the name is Sadie."
I was sitting there thinking, well, who's Sadie?
And he said, "The cat is Penelope." I'm so bad with names. I am so bad with names, even people's names. But I mean, I grew up in the days like you named your dog Spot, Buttons, Blackie, things like that, right? They weren't people. Like there's this comedian, he's so funny. I forgot what his name is, but he said, "You can tell when white people have named a dog." I don't know this to be true, but this is his comedy routine, and he was an African-American guy, so I trust him. He said, white people always name their dogs after people, and African-American always name theirs after things, like Buttons, Blackie, Peppermint.
Oh, we used to too. I've had Blackies and Mittens and
we had Mittens. Yeah, but now if people name their dogs people names, it's confusing to me.
I know our dog is Rosie.
Oh shoot!
In fact, it's really Skylar's dog. And she has several names. You know, first,
She has
second,
a
third.
middle name and everything.
Oh, yeah. It's a long name, but it's always just been Rosie. So we have Rosie.
See, I can never remember Rosie's name either. I'll just look at her and say, "Hi, sweetie." Everybody's sweetie.
I had a customer come yesterday, well, a couple of days ago, and he has a little Yorkie, and her name is Sophie.
Oh, Sophie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have named her Sofa. Not really.
You probably would have.
No, I mean, I think it's sweet that people, I don't find anything wrong with people naming them people names, but it's funny how times change.
We had a cat that had a crooked tail, so that's what its name was, Crooked Tail. We really did.
Now, your mom had one named Blue Eyes. She called
We had a Big Eyes.
Oh, Big Eyes. Okay. I just noticed they were blue.
Yeah, it was Big Eyes.
Big Eyes.
It was from the same litter as Crooked Tail.
Okay, I don't feel quite so bad.
We have a grandson that I think it's a perfect name for a guy's dog. It's Tool Bag.
That's hilarious.
That's his dog's name, Tool Bag.
Oh, how funny.
I think it's perfect for a boy.
We did name a dog. The boys named a dog. We had a Dalmatian. They named him Vinny. That was the first people named animal we had, was Vinny. It was just funny, you know.
We had a Queenie when I was young.
Oh, I remember Queenie. She wasn't a Yorkie.
Oh no, she was like a collie.
Okay, I thought what's the one that's just a little bit littler?
Poodle.
Little bit littler than a collie that looks like a collie. But was she a collie?
She wasn't a full. She was a small collie, whatever that is.
Yeah,
but it was collie mostly. She's probably a mutt, but had collie in her because we never had purebreds unless it was the Pekingese we had one time. Her name was Susie. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know why we got off on the names of animals.
Every once in a while, because I was calling Sadie Penelope.
Is that the same?
And I always say Penelope instead of Penelope, and Chol instead of Chloe. I don't know. I have problems. But when I was a kid, I wanted a dog so bad. So every time that we would go to Colleyville, Texas, close to Fort Worth, my mom would have my brother get a newspaper, and we would look for dogs in the newspaper. And I always wanted a Pomeranian. Oh, my heart was breaking for a Pomeranian. And Mom would see where they would have Pomeranians for sale, like in the little towns between Colleyville and Wichita Falls, Texas. And she'd have me circle them, and we'd get to the town, and I'd say, okay, the address is so-and-so. And Mom would go, oh, we'll go to the next one. And so we got to the last one. We never did go to it. So that happened like 3 years in a row, and I finally got to where I didn't write it down anymore. I just let her keep the paper because I knew it wasn't going to happen.
I always wanted a Maltese, not until I was married, but because I didn't even know there was such a thing.
What does a Maltese look like?
They're little bitty, and they've got real long, silky hair.
Oh, they look kind of like a Pekingese.
Yeah,
they're
but it's
silkier.
long and longer and
more graceful.
It's not Pekingese because their nose isn't smashed.
Oh, okay.
It
has a snout.
And most people pull their hair up in a little ponytail to keep it out of their eyes.
Oh,
they're just so cute. And they're not supposed to shed like all the others. But
really?
I understand there are a lot of upkeep.
Are they?
Uh-huh. And
do you have to brush them a lot?
Probably so. After having Rosie, long-haired dogs take a lot of work. That hair is...
Rosie's a sweetie.
We keep her cut pretty short
What
now.
is she? Is she like a
She's supposed to,
or
when
something?
we got her, she was supposed to be half Maltese and half, I think, Yorkie.
Oh.
But no, she may, I don't know if she has any Maltese in her. She's too big to be a Maltese or Yorkie. So I think there's terrier in there or something. But if you let her hair grow, she looks like a little teddy bear. I mean,
Oh.
she's so cute, but that hair, and it gets matted. I don't like all the mats and the hair, and we have cats in the house too. So yeah, I don't want any long-haired anything after this. But we love our animals. But to us, they're animals. They're
Well,
not.
yeah.
I guess they're family, but they're animals. They're not
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
There's a difference. That's all. But that's because we've had kids,
Yeah.
and my daughter-in-law, her fur babies are her babies.
I remember I had a neighbor. I loved to go to her house because she had a little chihuahua that looked like the one that you say, Yo quiero Taco Bell. Oh, it was so cute. His name was Sandy, and he was the cutest little dog. Oh, I love that dog. I liked my friend, but I really wanted to see the dog. I would have loved to have a dog like that. It was a sweet little dog. But I was doing the laundry the other day, and I ran across Terry's shirt that had that Yo quiero Taco Bell dog on it, and I'm like, oh, Sandy.
Oh,
Terry still has that shirt.
Does he still have that muscle shirt? Your kids sent you, and you sent it to us, and I teased Clifford with it, and then I gave it back to you.
Yeah, we got it.
Probably somewhere.
We don't ever throw anything away.
Oh, you do too. My goodness, you have.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you may not throw it away, but you donate a lot.
Yes, I bought Terry a shirt a couple of years ago. Was it during the pandemic?
I don't know. It's been a while.
It was a very muscular man's body.
Your reaction
on a silky t-shirt, and it clung to when you put it on. It didn't fit like a regular.
It wasn't
t-shirt.
a loose shirt. It was form fitting.
Yes, and so I made. Is like when you had to do what is those where you're doing on computer to see your kids. You talking
Zoom,
yeah.
We're playing. There used to be a show called Password. I'm sorry.
The older woman in the room. Anyway, I made him wear that, and the kids, were mildly amused. I was a little disappointed. I wanted them,
didn't get the reaction you
wanted. I wanted them to go, whoa.
You just reminded me of how people they think they plan something, and they get this idea of the way it's going to all turn out and the way people are going to react. They get that in their mind, and then when it actually happens, they're so disappointed.
I know. That's about like most of my surprise parties.
That is my life, I'm telling you.
There's a little bit of something wrong.
I thought it's kind of like, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway. Kind of like marriage. You see all these love love stories and all this, but they just love you so much, and
I'd take a bullet for you.
Yeah. Yeah, not this. Take her first. But I think young people get I think we all do it, get a certain idea in our mind that this is what marriage is going to be like or whatever, and then it happens, and you're like, oh, so this is what it is.
See, I had this daydream when I was a kid thinking about marriage. I'll be married 50 years.
You're a kid.
In a little while. A few months. March 1st. Anyway, I had in my mind what marriage would be like. I thought I would be, dressed up kind of cute with a really cute apron on and doing the dishes. Singing. Oh, what a wonderful life. And that Terry would sneak in and come up behind me and kiss me on the cheek and go, oh, you darling thing. Something like that. I always thought that's what would happen. What happens is you didn't get the ones off the stove. Did you wipe down that table? Wasn't like that at all.
Or how about wake you up in the morning with a sweet hug and kiss?
Yeah.
Clever
or
get
Rose.
Up. Clever get. You are dreaming. Clever get up. Or I was a late sleeper. Shame on me. But he, instead of waking me up all sweet and stuff, he'd come and he'd grab my toe and wiggle it. Get up. Get out of that. He called it. He called it fart sack. Get out of that fart sack. Then how do you think I woke up? I didn't wake up in a very good. No.
Darling, so nice to see you.
He did finally stop doing that, and he either doesn't wake me up at all, or he'll give me a hug, kiss, and wake me up, sweet.
Oh,
but it didn't start out that way. It took a long time.
My mom, she would.
We're not giving very good lessons for newly married people.
Well, my mom
They're not
and dad
watching this anyway.
Used to watch. What is that called? Where Ava Gabor and what's his name was on there? Oliver. Green Acres.
Green Acres.
Mom used to watch Green Acres, and she
now
liked watching Ava Gabor.
Now she didn't do normal housewife duties.
But she had the pretty peignoir on and stuff, and Oliver didn't appreciate her all that much, but my dad appreciated her. He thought she was cute.
Well, she was.
She was, and my mom would get jealous. I noticed my mom wearing some of those kind of house coats around too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Dad even knew. Who knows?
I used to give Clifford a hard time that he didn't notice when I changed my hair.
Yeah.
I'm like, what, you notice anything different? He's like,
nope.
You got a new blouse on? I'm like, no. But now, he grows beards and mustaches. Well, he's had a mustache for years and years, but he'll grow a beard. It was last year, I think, sometime he came into my sewing room and he talked to me and stuff, and then he left, and then he comes back. He says, you didn't even notice it, did you? I'm like, notice what? He had shaved his beard, and I didn't even notice it. So I can't even get on to him anymore because I don't notice stuff either.
No, it's the same way here.
And we have been married 52 years.
Yes.
Or 53 years. We've been married 53. Now I'm confused. What year is it? I guess 71. 53. We've been married 53 years.
I can't remember what year this is. I kept getting hung up on 83. I don't know.
You backed up a long way.
This is 25, ain't it? Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got it right.
Do you know what our little videos here, and you're not even in the picture. Oops, wrong way. Put you over there. These videos remind me of when we're sitting here talking like this. Reminds me of listening to my mom and her sisters talking, or my mom and my aunts on my dad's side, my dad's side, sitting around and talking. Yeah. That just to laugh. And my grandmother, on the
McKinsey.
both sides.
All sides.
On both sides, yeah. And it just is heartwarming. I like hearing
Yes,
them.
it's kind of nice to think back on things. Oh, when I was in junior high, Wiglets were the thing. You remember Wiglets?
Yes, I remember.
They were like hair pieces that you could pull your hair in a ponytail and make it look like you had all this volume of hair that you didn't have. And I would do that at school, you know, because my sisters did that. They looked so pretty. Your mom had prettiest wiglets, and so did Wanda and Geraldine. And
Teresa did.
Yeah, Teresa, she could put on the dog with that too. And I wore, you know, like, it's the days of the mini skirts with the tall boots. I had some tall white boots, and I had this cute white dress on, and I had my hair in a wiglet, and somebody opened the door to the hallway, and the wind blew hard. My wiglet fell to the floor, and I got on my hands and knees in my mini skirt, in my boots, and was grabbing my wiglet, and these guys, the football players, were stomping on it, saying, "Kill it! Kill it!" And I grabbed it, and I shoved it on my head and ran out the door. I was so embarrassed. I had a very impressive ability in junior high. We had all kind of stairs all over that building. Stairs everywhere. And I was the person that could manage to fall up the stairs about every day. I didn't ever fall down. I fell up the stairs. I don't know.
I've done both.
You have done both?
Yeah.
I'm going to sneeze, but then it won't go.
Look at the light and it'll go away. You want it to happen, huh?
It's not really going. Okay.
And it's still snowing.
But it is embarrassing when you had wardrobe malfunctions in school.
My first year, 7th grade, I just changed schools from a little elementary school on the south side of town to the main school. And it was or maybe it was 6th grade. It was 6th grade because it wasn't junior high yet. And junior high started in 7th grade in Oklahoma, where I lived.
Mm-hmm.
And that's back when they had stockings. They didn't have pantyhose. Of course, now that I don't even know if anybody wears
with the garter belts.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wears pantyhose anymore. But with these stockings, you had to wear a little garter belt that you held them up. They weren't elastic, so they didn't cling to you.
They did not hold on at all. No.
Yeah. And if you sat down with them, they stretched out at the knee to match your leg shape. And when you stood up,
it was still bent.
If you didn't have a good spring in those garters, it would just stay down. So I wore this dress to school and wore some stockings to school. I think it's the first time I ever wore them. It may not have been, but it seems like it. And I had to get up and go to the back of the class to get something and walk by all these people. So when I got up, I looked like I had elephant knees. I was so embarrassed. Just so embarrassed. The things that embarrass you when you're a kid. Well, even when you're older, I've been embarrassed about a lot of things. But, yeah, that's not a good memory of mine.
I was in a class. It was a government class. Oh. And
she is getting comfortable now.
There was like two other girls in the class. The rest of them were football players, and the teacher was a coach. So most of the time we just read newspapers. Well, I went up to get a newspaper or put a paper on the desk, and the coach said, "Oh, here comes Elaine. She's the one with the big headlights."
Oh. And
the guys, the football players, just died laughing.
That was inappropriate.
I think so. I was so embarrassed. And he said, "Hey, Elaine, I just meant your eyes." And I just kind of looked at him like, yeah, right. But you couldn't say anything. He was a teacher.
Yeah.
It's pretty mean, I think.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed, though. I mean, I was pretty shy. I wouldn't talk to any of the guys. I had a steady boyfriend, so I didn't have to talk to any of the guys. And it was really funny because I didn't marry that steady boyfriend, but I went to my 50th class reunion, and all these guys were there that I graduated with that I had never had a conversation with. And my husband was talking to all of them. I thought, well, these guys are pretty nice. But I'd never talked, because I felt like to be loyal to my boyfriend, I wouldn't talk to any other guys. So I didn't, nobody knew me but a few girls. But I was the one with big headlights. I guess my eyes are big, so that wasn't what he
You
meant.
did have and you still do, but I don't think they're as big as when you were young. You're gorgeous.
Oh, funny.
And, of course, when we're young, I don't know. I just think you're
Everything
gorgeous.
gets you.
She's so, so pretty. I
Oh,
bet
bless
you
your baby heart.
anything, a lot of those boys didn't talk to you because they were intimidated, afraid to talk to you because you were so pretty.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
telling you, you're so, so pretty. Well, that's what they say about a lot of models, that people don't talk to them, whether it's male or female, because
they're intimidated.
They're intimidated. Well, especially they don't hit on them because they're just going to be turned down. They don't think. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know if I wouldn't know for sure, but that's what I've heard. And I bet. Now, people didn't approach me much because there's a word, it's RBF now. It's resting bitch face. I always look mad. I'm sorry. I don't mean to always look mad, but I always look mad. And I really had low self-esteem. So I didn't talk to people. I was shy, very shy. And people thought I was stuck up. And there's, oh my gosh, I am not stuck up.
No, you're not stuck up. People thought I was.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Not ha-ha funny, interesting funny.
Yeah, interesting funny.
Well, guys, it's been another hour almost, so I think we will get off here again, and we'll catch.
Thank you for watching. And if you had something embarrassing that you want to talk about high school, or if there's anything that sparked something you want to say on this, just say it. We'll just read it.
Do you have an embarrassing or a really neat memory from high school?
Or
or
tell us about your dogs. I don't care. We'd like to hear about your doggies and cats and everything.
Yeah, we want to.
We read stuff.
I'd love to make this more of a community where we actually share stories.
Yeah.
It's all to make people laugh and have good memories.
And I do know that Sadie's name is Sadie and not Penelope or Penelope. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.